$5?
I got less.
I should hope.
I'm Dan Martin, lead writer of Star Trek Resurgence.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Frakes, Captain Riker from Star Trek Resurgence.
I was going to ask you a question. When did you feel like you had arrived? But I have to imagine, was it when you had an action figure?
I got to tell you, when I had an action figure the first time, it was not only bizarre, but it did feel like we had arrived. What have you got?
What have I got? Well, there's this one here.
Oh, this one he speaks, right? He being Riker.
Energize. Red alert.
Red alert. Sounds like me. Doesn't look like me.
What about this one? This one look like you?
No, none of them look like me. How come you have all these action figures? This is just weird. Do you have a lot of do you have a room full of these?
I went to an estate sale.
And got all these?
And I got all of them.
For this very moment?
For this very moment.
It's got 2 different color eyes. That's weird.
The other one that I wanted to find that I couldn't was...
The tattered, torn apart...
Insurrection, where
Thomas Riker.
Where you don't have the beard.
No beard. Smooth as an android's bottom.
Well, how does this one look to you?
Commander William T. Riker, First Officer USS Enterprise. First contact. Great uniform.
That's the one that we have in the game.
I love that uniform.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space.
There's a certain hierarchy of respect and collaboration of the Star Trek ships and the Star Trek crews that is very much in evidence in Star Trek Resurgence.
The crew of the Resolute will be tested like never before.
We'll be ready.
Star Trek has formality, but also it's such a warm place to be.
The success historically of the franchise has been the sense of family. It seems a little cliche and a little Pollyanna, but it goes all the way back to Bones and Spock and Kirk.
We would look at Kirk, Spock, and McCoy as this perfect example of how to craft a great choice, because Kirk
That's a very good point. Kirk, Spock, and McCoy represented 3 different points of view.
From its senior officers to its lowest ranks, their choices will determine the fate of the galaxy.
I think we're better off keeping this to ourselves.
When I understood more and more how the game was laid out, it's like any voiceover job. If you are given too much information, you can persuade the player in a way that you may not want to.
I like that kind of restraint you had on the second one, but let's just bring it up a little bit.
Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know that you're up to this. The character needs to present the choices as a series of logical choices. Then the player can make a decision based on the presentation.
Where does your responsibility lie? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
There's 1,400 screenplay pages. I was very surprised and impressed by the number of choices that you have in Star Trek Resurgence.
Now's our time to show what we're made of.
I think you'll find with Star Trek Resurgence that it feels very much like an exciting episode in which you actually are a player.
2 civilizations stand on the brink of war.
I need to know you're up to this.
Brace for impact!